welcome back to another, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms draft. So, this is the most Timmy mythic I've seen in a very long time. But it is a 6-mana 6/6 flying haste, can't be countered, so we're gonna take it. Obviously, we'd really like to get, like, Dragon's Fire and stuff. Red seems like it's kind of efficient in this format, so yeah. Take Inferno of the Star mounts. Let's see what we got here. Goblin Morningstar. Equipped creature gets 1/0 and has Trample. Equipped to, when enters the battlefield, roll a d20. 1-9, make a Goblin. 10-20, make a Goblin, and attach the Morningstar. That seems pretty good. Okay, pick number 3. I'm really liking Magic Missile. It just seems as I can't be countered, doing 3 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets. This really seems like Flames of the Firebrand plus. There's also, if we wanted to go green-red, there's a Pack Tactics Null, but I think we're going to stick with mono-red for the moment. We'll keep an eye out for other colors we could be splashing. Gotta throw the frisbee across the basement for Mr. Porter. Alright, in this pack we have Genius Smith, pick up an artifact. From the top 4, put it in your hand, put the rest on the bottom. Let's see, Sellsword enters the battlefield. If mana from a treasure was spent to cast it, it gains first strike and haste until end of turn. Well, red does actually deal with quite a bit of treasures, and this can make us very aggressive. I think red and black are the treasure colors, mostly. Alright, we're taking the Sellsword. Minion of the Mighty. Whenever it attacks, if you attacked with power 6 or greater this combat, you may put a dragon creature card from your hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Wow. It is a 1-mana 0/1 with Menace, but we can potentially get some equipment to make it better. It's a pretty terrible aggro creature otherwise. Hobgoblin Captain gains first strike if you attack with 6 power or more. I'm kind of wondering, as long as Minion of the Mighty isn't worth a whole bunch, 1 ticket. I think Hobgoblin Captain is the pick. Minion of the Mighty only works in very specific decks, so we're going to go with the Captain. If it comes around, there's a good potential for us to actually play it, but Earth Cult Elemental. When it enters the battlefield, roll a d20. Each player sacks a permanent, each opponent sacks a permanent, or each opponent sacks 2 permanent. Kind of like that. It is pretty tall, but I think it's fine. Ooh, a class card. Red-blue. When it enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. So creatures you control have tap, add red or blue. Spend this mana only to cast an instant or sorcery to gain a class level. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, that spell deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of instant and sorcery spells you've cast this turn. I will take it because it's the only card remotely in our colors, but I don't know if I'm going to play it. It kind of depends on how many instants and sorceries we get, really. So red and white definitely has like a bunch of equipment potential. This automatically attaches and can be used as a combat trick. I don't know if I want too many 6-drops, so I'm going to take the Paladin Shield. But I don't even know if I'm playing it. I could be playing red-black, actually. Beginning of your end step, if the creature died this turn, each bundle loses 1 life. When this class becomes level 2... I'm going to take the Mind Rot, actually. I think it's just better. Let's see, you come to the Null Camp, intimidate them. Up to 2 creatures can't block this turn, or fend them off. Wow, okay, so this says either creatures can't block or we can make a creature bigger. That could be quite huge, especially for Pack Tactics, and it could be huge if we want certain creatures to connect. I'm going to move these cards over into this pile because I don't know if we're playing them. Return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, venture into the dungeon. That seems good. I think the Ogre is better because this like really enables repeated venturing. Because like creatures are going to die, and this like gives you a reason to be attacking into stuff. I'm going to take the Zombie Ogre. Shambling Gas dies, Brave the Stench. This makes treasures, and is a decent 1-drop, so we'll take it. Fate's Reversal seems good, so we're probably playing black. So, kind of regret not taking that Warlocks class, but Mordenkainen's Polymorph can go in the sideboard. You find the Villain's Lair. That's actually a card I want to play in Battle of Wits, because it's both a counterspell or a way to loot away a bunch of stuff you don't want. Yeah, counter a spell or draw 2 and discard 2. Acerak again. We just can't get away from Acerak. Not that I'm complaining. Red Dragon would do a bunch of damage to opponents. Boots of Speed, I mean, seems good, but I'm not gonna pass up a mythic on color. That seems incorrect. Bard class. Legendary creatures you control enter the battlefield with an additional 1/1 counter on them. Legendary spells you cast cost red-green less to cast. This only reduces the colored mana that you would pay. And whenever you cast a legendary spell, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. Hulking Bugbear is a 3-mana 3/3 haste. So as much as I like the Bard class, and it's kind of cool, it doesn't help with Acerak at all, and we have no other legendary creature. Oh, we have the Inferno of the Star Mounts, but I don't think we're ever going to get that down to costing just 5. Plundering Barbarian and Unexpected Windfall are cards I would both like to have, but Hulking Bugbear, just a 3-mana 3/3 with haste, seems really good. We have a lot of potential haste creatures. Like, if we have Treasure and we get Jaded Sellsword, like, that could be really good. Let's see. If you would roll 1 or more dice, instead roll that many dice plus 1 and ignore the lowest roll. Whenever you roll 1 or more dice, target creature you control gets +2/+0 and gains Menace, and creatures you control have haste. There's an Armory Veteran, a Boots of Speed, a Dueling Rapier. Oh my gosh, Dueling Rapier seems very important for turning on Pack Tactics. I regret not taking that 1-mana... We don't have that much die rolling, though, at the moment, so I don't know that Barbarian class is correct to take. Dueling Rapier might actually be stronger in our deck. I'll take the Barbarian class. I guess this makes, like, all of our top decks good, because, like, anything we top deck will gain haste and be strong. Vampire Spawn would not be a bad creature for us, but I just got done talking about how much I seem to like Dueling Rapier, so I'm going to take one of those. Cridle of Baldur's Gate. Whenever deals combat damage to a player, they lose 1 life and mill a card, then you gain 1 life and scry 1. Whenever you attack, you may pay 2. If you do, target creature can't be. Well, that would be really good in the black-blue deck because of all of the, like, connect with player triggers. Black and blue seem very open. But I think taking at least 1 unexpected windfall here is going to be good because we're trying to ramp into some 5 and 6 drops. I think I want at least 1 because Pirate's Pillage and associated like discard and draw effects are really good in the late game, especially in a deck that you're leaning on the aggressive side with, because you can turn a late game land number 7 or 5 or whatever it is you don't need into extra cards, and the fact that this just creates treasures on top of that is really good. Let's see, Clattering Skeletons, a 4-mana 4/3 that when it dies you venture into the dungeon, or a Drider. I was kind of unimpressed with Drider. I honestly think Clattering Skeletons might be better than the Drider is. The reach kind of mattered, but I just realized I'm playing a double mythic deck right now. Let's see, a 2-mana 1/3 Horde Robber, when it deals combat damage to a player make a treasure, or a Plundering Barbarian. I could take another Zombie Ogre, but I think the Barbarian is going to be better for us. We do need some ways to make treasures, and I don't want to rely on having to connect to make treasures, so I'm going to take the Barbarian, because it can just unconditionally make one. The fact that it also has Destroy Target Artifact stuck on it means, like, giving it the modal value is just good. Armory Veteran, I mean, we have some Dueling Rapier action going on, so, I mean, a 3-mana 4/2 with Menace seems pretty good. Boots of Speed, or you come to the Null Camp. I already have one of these. I kind of want some low drop equipment, and this does not cost that much to equip to anything, so I'm going to take the Boots of Speed. Another Unexpected Windfall or a Zombie Ogre. I'll take another Zombie Ogre. Shambling Ghast, I don't want too many 1-drops, but having the ability to play a creature on turn 1 is nice. Let's see, Spare Dagger. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 and has whenever this creature attacks, you may sacrifice it to deal 1 damage to any target and equip 1. I think the Boots of Speed has a slightly higher upside than Spare Dagger for us, so I'm going to take it. I don't know that I'm playing 2. Sure. I will take the Shambling Ghast at this stage. Like, we have enough cards to play a deck. There's a few things we can upgrade. Obviously, I don't think we'd be playing 2 Boots of Speed. There are some less aggressive cards we have that I don't mind cutting. Return X target cards with different mana values from your graveyard to your hand. If 8 or more cards were returned to your hand this way, your life total becomes your starting life total. Interesting. I think I'm going to take a Hobgoblin Captain, because the Pack Tactics seem easier to turn on the more of these I have. Volo Guide to Monsters. Whenever you cast a creature spell that doesn't share a creature type with a creature you control or a creature in your graveyard, copy that spell. Interesting. Burning Hands, 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If that permanent is green, it does 6 damage instead. That seems like pretty good removal. I will be taking that for sure. The only other card for us in this pack is maybe Baleful Beholder or Unexpected Windfall, and Burning Hands is just way better than both of those. Magic Missile, I think I like a little bit more than Burning Hands, because it can go face if we need it to. The fact that we can also split the damage means a lot. We are definitely on the red heavier side. Burning Hands, I think in the most scenarios it's going to be a 2-mana shock, whereas Magic Missile is always going to be the same thing. A little sad to pass Precipitous Drop, but Magic Missile is better. Let's see, Dragon's Fire. As an additional cost to cast a spell, you may reveal a dragon card from your hand or choose a dragon you control. Deals 3 damage to a creature or planeswalker, or it deals damage equal to the power of the revealed creature. Well, we only have the one dragon. That is really good removal. The alternative is a 1-mana 1/1 haste that deals 1 damage to creatures that block it. I do kind of want more creatures, because I have a lot of good removal between 2 Magic Missiles and a Burning Hands, and yeah, I think I'm actually going to take the creature, despite the fact that I think Dragon's Fire is probably better. I do need some more creatures. Orb of Dragonkind. Add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast dragon spells or activate the ability of dragons. Red sack. Look at the top 7 cards. You may reveal a dragon card from among them and put it in your hand. Rest to the bottom in any order. If I had more than one dragon in this deck, I would definitely take Orb of Dragonkind, because how often do you get to play something that sick? I do like You Find Some Prisoners. I had this played against me and it was actually kind of good. But I'm going to take Plundering Barbarian, simply for the fact that I do want slightly more creatures than I have. Okay, we got a You Find Some Prisoners anyway. Reaper's Mark. Whenever equipped creature attacks, against Death Touch until end of turn. Whenever equipped creature attacks alone, defending player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. This comes as like a kind of surprise, but also I think this could enable some reach in our deck. And as much as I would like to stay almost mono-red, because I have the ability to, I'm also playing black because I have Acererak, so we'll take the Reaper's Talisman. I think it's better than the other cards for us. Herald of Hadar. Yeah, sure, we'll take it. Tiger Tribe Hunter. 5 mana 4/4 trample, pack tactics. You may sacrifice another creature. When you do, it deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to target creature. That just seems like a payoff for attacking. This allows creatures to sneak in and deal damage, but I'm going to take the Tiger Tribe Hunter. And I'm going to take a Clattering Skeletons, because those cards synergize. I'll take an Unexpected Windfall. Feign Death actually seems kind of like an important combat trick. Possibly more so than you come to the Null Camp, which I already have one of. Random card to the sideboard. And I guess I'll put a Planar Ally in the sideboard, not a land, and an island into the sideboard. Okay, time to build a deck. I think I want 17 creatures, and I'm going to cut Herald of Hadar. Earth Cult Elemental seems fine. I think I'll cut 1 Shambling Ghast. That way I have a 1-drop of each color. Shambling Ghast does make treasures, which I think would matter less in this version of this deck than I would have thought before. I think I'm only going to play 1 Unexpected Windfall. Reaper's Talisman can probably come out. Morningstar is technically a creature. Fate's Reversal. We do have a couple of high power cards to buy back if they die, so I think I kind of want to keep that. Barbarian class, creatures you control have haste, seems pretty good. We don't really roll dice, though. I guess we do when it comes to Earth Cult Elemental and Morningstar. A lot of our stuff actually has haste, too. We have Goblin Javelineer, which has haste. We have Hulking Bugbear, which has haste. We have Jaded Sellsword, which has haste. And Inferno of the Star Mounts, which has haste. I'm leaning towards, while this card is good, I think it's better if we were playing like mono red. I'm going to cut it. I think we don't need equipment as much either, so I'm going to drop the Boots of Speed. I could see cutting Armory Veteran, because the Morningstar and the Dueling Rapier are kind of nice. And Morningstar is also just a 2-mana 1/1 that has a little bit of upside. I I think it's correct to cut either a zombie ogre or a tiger tribe hunter, or possibly even the earth cult elemental. We have a couple of good enters the battlefield effects, but not many. I just think that this is better as a combat trick than you come to the null camp. And then, yeah, let's cut the elemental. Alright, I think we have a really good deck. At least it appears to be a really good deck to me. We have a lot more double red than double black, and by the time we get to our double black cards, we have at least 2 cards that can make treasure. Technically 3 with Shambling Gas, but I was thinking about the Plundering Barbarians, so... oh, we also have Unexpected Windfall, which could fix from all red mana into Zombie Ogre, so I think that's okay. Alright, I'll see you guys in round 1. Alright, well I cannot keep a 1-lander, even with a castable card, so we're going to mulligan. And I think I have to make this work. I'm going to put back Feign Death. If we draw a land, we can treasure our way up to Tiger Tribe Hunter. So our opponent is on the play. They play a Plains and pass. We draw a Zombie Ogre, pass the turn. Okay, opponent plays a Forest, then passes. We draw Hobgoblin Captain, which I think it is better to lead on the Hobgoblin Captain than the Morning Star. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Sylvan Shepherd. We draw Jaded Sellsword. So go to combat. Attack for 3. Opponent no blocks. They go to 17. Play Goblin Morningstar. We make a Goblin. Do not attach. Pass the turn. Kind of wish Moto had some visual indicator of what you rolled that wasn't in the game log. Opponent plays a Teleportation Circle. So they can repeatedly blink stuff. Okay, they hit us for 2 after gaining 2 life back. We untap and draw Swamp. So, play a Swamp. Go to combat. Attack for 3. Opponent no blocks, they take 3. So let's play a Plundering Barbarian and make a treasure. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Monk of the Open Hand. They attack for 2, they gain a life, no blocks. Then they play Minimus Containment, turning our Goblin Pack Leader into a treasure. We draw the Inferno, so I think that means we just play the Plundering Barbarian to make sure we have 6 mana next turn. Make a treasure. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an Owlbear, drawing a card. 5 mana 4/4 with Trample. Then they pass. Oh, they can flicker the Owlbear. I guess that's pretty good. That's basically a Phyrexian Arena. Alright, play our Mythic. Go to combat. Attack for 6 in the air. Opponent takes 6, goes to 12. They untap. They play a Celestial Unicorn. So whenever they gain life, they can put counters on it. They play Potion of Healing, putting a counter on Monk of the Open Hand. I think I'm going to double block that Owlbear, because I do not want them drawing multiple cards every turn, which they will by flickering. Oh, I guess they could just flicker their Potion of Healing. That's pretty good. Okay. We untap. Draw a Zombie Ogre. Things are not working out for me as anticipated. Equip the Scourge, pump it, go to combat. Hit them for 8. Opponent's going to gain life, put a counter on the Unicorn. Opponent takes 8, goes to 9. They untap. I'm losing to green-white life gain! Opponent plays another Celestial Unicorn, and another Celestial Unicorn. Opponent attacks. We block here. Takes 6. And we have no way to deal 11 damage, I think. Magic Missile is 1 damage off lethal. We draw a Swamp, play a Swamp, but my opponent has too many things. Unfortunate. Okay. I think I'm going to run it back. I don't really have any sideboard for this matchup. We were out life gained. Alright, we would like to play first, and I cannot keep this hand. We do not have enough mana. I can keep this one, and I'm going to put the Zombie Ogre back. As nice as the creature is, we have a curve without it. Opponent leads on a Plains. Play a Mountain, play the Hobgoblin Captain. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Monk of the Open Hand. We draw a Swamp. So play a Mountain, play Plundering Barbarian, make a treasure, then pass. Cannot attack into that 1/1. Opponent plays a Priest of Ancient Lore. They gain 1 life and draw. We untap, we draw Unexpected Windfall, play a swamp, play Clattering Skeletons, pass the turn. Opponent untaps, they play Teleportation Circle, which is... This card is good. So many flicker effects in white. We untap, we draw a swamp. So, go to combat, attack with the whole team. Opponent can trade if they want to with the 2/2. They could also double block to kill the Clattering Skeletons, but they do not. So opponent takes a bunch of damage, goes to 13. We'll play another Clattering Skeletons, and I'm going to hold on to this swamp. I'm probably going to cast Unexpected Windfall in the future. Opponent plays an Owlbear, drawing a card. We untap while they flicker Priest of Ancient Lore, gaining a life and drawing. We untap, we draw our dragon, so we're just going to play the dragon and swing for a zillion. Go to combat, attack for many much damages, gain first strike. Opponent has a couple of profitable blocks, but like, they're still taking 14. I think we got him. Even through the silly life gain shenanigans, we did not give them an opportunity. Oh, do they have lifelink or something? Wait a minute. I thought we had enough damage to kill them. Oh, no, I, for some reason, thought 10 damage was 14 damage. Oh my gosh, Kano, do math, please. This is how you lose, by not doing math. Opponent plays a Potion of Healing. They draw a card. So they could attack with Owlbear and flicker it at the end of turn. Or they could just flicker Potion of Healing, I guess. Opponent attacks for 4. We take 4 and go to 16. So they flicker the Owlbear. Then they have to discard to hand size. But we got him. Alright, on to game 3. Run it back. Alright, we have Plundering Barbarian into Jaded Sellsword with Magic Missile as removal. I'm going to keep this. We can start casting Acerak if things start going wrong. Opponent leads on a Neverwinter Dryad. Play a Mountain, pass the turn. We're going to lead on Double Mountain, just so we do have access to Magic Missile. I kind of like this card because it really seems like Soccer Tribelder light. Not that, I mean, it kind of sucks because Steve, as much as I love Steve, he's not even really that playable anymore. Except kind of in Fringe versions of Fringe decks. We drew a 2-drop, which is excellent. And I lied about the Double Mountain thing. Mainly because I forgot as I looked back to click it. Opponent sacks Neverwinter Dryad, does the Steve thing. They untap. They play a Monk of the Open Hand, a Plains, and a Sylvan Shepherd. So Sylvan Shepherd is annoying, but that Monk might be more dangerous. So what we're going to do is play the Plundering Barbarian this turn, making a treasure. This gives me the option of playing a Sellsword with haste or Magic Missile next turn. No attacks, pass the turn. Maybe I should have actually attacked there. Opponent plays a Celestial Unicorn, attacks, gaining life, putting a counter on the Unicorn, which goes up to a 4/3, no blocks. We untap and draw a Mountain. If I'm going to cast Magic Missile, I am going to use it to kill the Unicorn, because otherwise I don't really have a way of dealing with that Unicorn, because it's going to get too big otherwise. It's the same problem as that Monk of the Open Hand, but faster. If my opponent has a combat trick to save this, we're probably screwed, because I don't think we can drag this game out long enough to start winning with Acerak. Pass the turn. Yeah, I think I should have been attacking. Opponent plays another Celestial Unicorn. They gain life, put a counter on it. Alright, I'm actually going to trade off here. We untap, we draw Clattering Skeletons. So play a Swamp. Let's play a Zombie Ogre. Because we draw a land, we can play Acerak and like Clattering Skeletons in one turn. I could have attacked, but my opponent would just block it and kill it. Opponent plays another Sylvan Shepherd, which is a problem. We untap, we draw Plundering Barbarian. So let's play Plundering Barbarian. I kind of want to play... No, let's actually play... No, let's play Plundering Barbarian and into a Clattering Skeletons. We're giving up haste on this Jaded Sellsword, but I got a feeling we need to be going much wider than we are. Acerak becomes more potent even if we take Oubliette if our hand is empty. Oh no, he would discard himself, because he gets bounced and then his ability goes off. So... but if we go for the Tomb of Annihilation, we can sack something like Clattering Skeletons to get extra value and just like complete it in one go. Opponent plays a Teleportation Circle so they can start blinking stuff, but they have nothing to blink for immediate value. Okay, we untap. We draw a Swamp. So play a Swamp, play Acerak, venture. Let's go for Tomb of Annihilation. Okay. Then we can play Acerak again. Then we can go into the Oubliette, discard Jaded Sellsword, sack Clattering Skeletons, and a Swamp. Then we can venture down to Cradle of the Death God. We get a 4/4 Death Touch. Then we get to venture into the dungeon again on our end step, which is pretty good. I don't think I want to do... I guess I could, but I think I would rather start working on the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, even though my venturing is probably minimized now. So pass the turn. I think I've not been aggressive enough this game. But opponent is bricking, so we untap. We draw Goblin Morningstar. That would be a pretty sick thing to attach to Atropole, because Death Touch Trample is great. But if I play this and equip it to a Plundering Barbarian, we can kind of force them to start blocking with their creatures, because we're going to present a decent clock. So let's attack here and here. No blocks, they take 7. Okay, they go to 16. They untap. That was pretty sick. That was like a one-turn Tomb of Annihilation complete. I'm still, like, happy about that. Alright, opponent is passing. They're gonna maybe flicker Sylvan Shepherd again. Okay. We untap. We draw another Zombie Ogre. Well, I know what I'm playing pre-combat, and then I'm gonna start swinging with Reckless Abandon. Go to combat. What are you gonna do? You gonna kill my guys and then just let me go way deep in the dungeon? Yeah, let's attack with the other Zombie Ogre as well. Alright. Opponent attempts to block profitably, which they probably can. We're going to get greedy and try and kill the Celestial Unicorn here. If they have a combat trick, we kind of get blown out. Opponent takes a bunch of damage, loses their best guy, and then we get to scry. Clattering Skeletons, I do want. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. It feels awkward having not played Acerak for like 4 turns because we have had better plays. So opponent is going to turn the Ogre into a treasure. Then they are going to attack and gain life. Okay, they rolled low. Alright. We untap. Draw Clattering Skeletons. So I'm going to move the Morningstar over to Atropole to give it trample. Go to combat. Then we attack for 5. Opponent does not block, and they go to 4. Play Acerak. Pass the turn. Opponent top decks a land. They've top decked a lot of lands this game. And they did not get any flicker value for that teleportation circle. And they scoop the match. Alright, I'll see you guys in round 2. Alright, round 2, and we're on the play. And this looks like a pretty decent hand. We will keep. A single land gets us to basically every card in our hand. Alright, lead on a mountain. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play a mountain. Then they pass. We untap. Draw Swamp. Play Swamp. Play Hobgoblin Captain. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Dwarfhold Champion. We untap. We draw a mountain. Go to combat. Attack for 3. Opponent does not block. Kind of hoping they would, because our only play this turn was Fate's Reversal. But I mean, that just means we'll get a higher value Fate's Reversal later. Play a mountain, pass the turn. Opponent does not play a land. They go to combat and attack for 2. Then they play another Dwarfhold Champion. We draw a mountain. I'm actually going to pass to second main, and we're going to play Clattering Skeletons. Pass the turn. Now, Clattering Skeletons I would trade off, pretty sure. Opponent plays Plate Armor and does not attack. We untap. We draw Dueling Rapier. Play a mountain. Go to combat. Attack. Pack Tactics trigger. Opponent goes for the trade. We'll put in Dueling Rapier. Put it on the Hobgoblin Captain. Hit them for 5. We lose our guy. Venture into the tomb. Second main. Play Jaded Sellsword. Next turn we can Fate's Reversal, pick up Clattering Skeletons. Opponent suits up the Dwarfhold Champion with Plate Armor. +3/+3 and Ward, huh? We draw a Zombie Ogre. Okay, new plan. I can either move the sword over here and attack for 6. Actually, yeah, that's better. Go to combat. Offer the trade. Opponent does take it. Play a swamp, Fate's Reversal, and I think the Skeletons is better. Okay, we venture, we'll go into the Veils of Fear. Lose the life. Opponent loses the life as well. Opponent plays a Brunor Battlehammer as a 10-6. That's gotta be pretty good, right? We draw Feign Death, so we can either play Clattering Skeletons or Zombie Ogre, and either way we can leave up Feign Death. Let's do the Clattering Skeletons, because Clattering Skeletons we can get the Venture trigger on our opponent's turn. Zombie Ogre we can't, it has to be on our turn. Pass the turn. If my opponent attacks, I think we double block. They play an Arborea Pegasus. They give Brunor Battlehammer 1/1 and flying until end of turn. So we're going to take 11 and go to 3. This is not how I envisioned this turn going. They move the plate armor over to the Pegasus. We untap, draw a mountain. Play the mountain. So I can make them lose 2 life unless they sacrifice a creature, artifact, or land. But only if Clattering Skeletons dies. And I can't make the Hobgoblin Captain big enough to... But even if I get the 4/4, I just die to the Flying Pegasus, so let's not show them any more cards. That was kind of unfortunate. I'm glad we have a lot of artifact destruction in this deck, between 2 Plundering Barbarians. I feel like that might be important. Alright, run it back. Alright, we'll play first. Yeah, I will keep this. It's not amazing, but I think we gotta. Lead on Mountain, pass the turn. Opponent leads on a Plains. We draw Feign Death. So play a Mountain, play Hobgoblin Captain, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play a Plains. They play a Dwarfhold Champion. We untap. We draw another Hobgoblin Captain. Play a Swamp, go to combat. Attack for 3. Opponent no blocks. Hit them down to 17. Then we'll play a Hobgoblin Captain. Pass the turn, leave up Feign Death. I think if we can get a trade, we should probably take it. If they get any equipments out, we could be in huge trouble. They are attacking. Alright, let's block. Then Feign Death. Trade, get our guy back. So the problem is if they've got Battlehammer again, we could be in huge trouble. We draw a Mountain. Play the Mountain. Go to combat. Attack for 7. Guys gain first strike. And I think we need to leave up Unexpected Windfall, ditching the Tiger Tribe Hunter. Because there's a slight chance we could draw our... what is it called? Burning Hands? Oh, that only works if it's green. Okay, never mind. We're playing Acerak. Hit our opponent for 7, down to 10. And start in on the Tomb of Annihilation. Alright. Opponent goes to 9, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Mountain. Opponent plays a Plundering Barbarian, making a treasure. Then passes. We untap. We draw a Magic Missile. Oh, I think we gotta do this. So 2 damage there, 1 damage there. Like, there's no universe where my opponent didn't block. Okay, they had removal. So they are only gonna take 3. And they go to 5. Opponent untaps. And scoops. Well, that's good for us. I've got a feeling that my opponent's deck snowballs really hard, and harder than our deck does. It kind of felt like the green-white deck snowballed harder too, just slower. Let's go with the Null Camp one rather than Fate's Reversal. Fate's Reversal does seem good, but... Oh, you know, I probably should be playing Reaper's Talisman, because that way we could, like, start chipping off with single creatures if we had to. Alright, we don't have a lot going on early, but hopefully our removal and stuff can carry us until we draw some creatures. Alright, there's a creature. Play Mountain, play Javelineer. Go to combat. Get in for 1. Opponent goes to 19. They untap. They kept a 1-lander? Oh, okay. I was concerned for my opponent's well-being and sanity. Play a Swamp, go to combat. Attack for 1. Okay, we take him to 18. Play Goblin Morningstar. See what we roll. Nothing. Pass the turn. Oh, no, opponent. We draw Plundering Barbarian. which under normal circumstances, I would say we should save to destroy their equipment. But I'd really like to get a 4th mana in preparation to maybe get a 5th for Zombie, Ogre, or Tiger Tribe Hunter. So play the Barbarian, get a treasure. I mean, we're curving out, and my opponent hasn't cast a single spell. So that looks like good news for us. Our opponent's kind of playing a non-game, which is unfortunate for them. Opponent has Magic Missile, killing 2 of our guys. We untap. We draw a mountain. So we can either be more aggressive with the Tiger Tribe Hunter or play the Ogre. And I think we play the Ogre because the Ogre is much harder for us to cast. I wanted to play the Tiger Tribe Hunter so that maybe we could fling the 1/1 at our opponent next turn and get Dungeon Delve, or Dungeon Venture, but I think the Ogre is safer because if we don't draw another Swamp or another Plundering Barbarian, we're never going to cast that creature. Okay, opponent plays a Plundering Barbarian. They're going to destroy our Morning Star like a jerk. We untap, draw another Ogre. I'm going to Burning Hands. I could attack with both creatures and just lose the Goblin, but that seems premature. So let's Burning Hands to kill the Barbarian. Go to combat. Oh, and it doesn't have to be our creature that dies. It could be any creature that dies, as long as it's just on our end step. Let's go with... I think we gotta go deep with the Dungeon of the Mad Mage here. We've got 2 repeatable venture engines, so potentially it's like the highest payoff. Opponent plays a Dwarfhold Champion, then passes. We untap. We draw Demogorgon's Clutches. So Magic Missile, kill their guy, shoot them for 2. Leave up Feign Death, go to combat, attack them for 4, and this Mind Rot making them lose life seems good. Take them to 5, pass the turn. So now we get to Scry. Mountain does let us play Tiger Tribe Hunter. Yeah, I think we need to draw the land. Opponent untaps, they play another Dwarfhold Champion, we untap, draw a Mountain, so go to combat. If they block, or if they trade with the Goblin and let the Ogre through, they lose to Demogorgon's Clutches unless they have an instant speed way to gain life, which is possible. Opponent blocks, goes to 4, play a Mountain, and let's play Tiger Tribe Hunter. Opponent has a Burning Hands to kill the Zombie Ogre, and opponent scoops. We got there. Opponent kind of got mana screwed, but whoo! We got there. I'll see you guys in round 3. Alrighty, round 3. I would like to play first. We got a 1 Feign Death on 2 and a couple of 3s, so we're going to keep. It's not a real high power hand, but we should be able to cast anything we draw, at least the first big spell we want to cast, because Plundering Barbarian can fix for us. Hit our opponent for 1, they go to 19, they play a Mountain, and a Boots of Speed. Well, we got something to destroy. We draw a Tiger Tribe Hunter, play a Swamp, go to combat, hit them for 1, they untap. They play a Mountain. They are going to Dragon's Fire. We're going to Feign Death. I think we're just going to stay as high tempo as we can. We untap and draw a Hulking Bugbear. Alright, Hulk our way into 5 damage this turn. Opponent goes down to 13. They untap. This might give us a better target for Plundering Barbarian. Opponent improvised weapons to kill the Goblin Javelineer. We draw a Zombie Ogre. Okay, I'm actually going to destroy their treasure, because it seems like... Actually, no, we're going to make a treasure token. I think destroying their treasure is a little bit greedy. It's potentially really good, but I want to be able to continue to cast bigger spells. They play a land. They play Ingenious Smith. They whiff. They equip him with Boots of Speed. Then they pass. We untap. We draw Shambling Ghast. Okay, time to destroy the Boots of Speed. Go to combat. Attack for 5. Man, Plundering Barbarian seems pretty good in this format, I'm just saying. 3 mana, 2/2. A Grey Ogre that gives you a Lotus Petal or Smelts. Okay, opponent shoots us for 4. We untap. We draw Clattering Skeletons. I can play Clattering Skeletons, but then I can't play Zombie Ogre. My opponent only has 2 cards left in hand. Yeah, we gotta. So no attacks this turn. I know our attacks are gonna get a lot worse, but I think next turn is the big swing turn. Because we can always do Tomb of Annihilation if Clattering Skeletons dies, and chip in like 1 extra point of damage. Opponent plays a Monk of the Open Hand into a Dueling Rapier. Stacking up Probably Genius Smith. Nope. Monk of the Open Hand. Okay. Well, we untap. We draw another Clattering Skeletons. So go to combat. And we are going to swing out. Opponent trades, blocks, and trades. They're going to take 2, and we get to venture. They lose everything except the dragon, and we get to keep a... we're going to do Tomb of Annihilation because it's going to tax our opponent's life total. Take them to 2. Then play a Shambling Ghast. If Shambling Ghast dies and we draw land, we could end up playing an Ogre. If we draw land, we can play Clattering Skeletons, which will be great. They turn our Barbarian into a treasure, then attack us for 4. We go to 11. We untap, we draw Swamp. So go to combat, attack for 1. Opponent goes to 1. Then let's play the Zombie Ogre, because that's probably going to be an easier time swinging in. Like, my opponent can equip Red Dragon, but then they have to keep it on defense, and they had to have another blocker or removal spell. Nice. We got game 1. No adjustments. Let's run it back. That Null Camp spell might actually be really good with the just 2 creatures can't be blocked. Which is weird that they put that on a red spell. I know red gets that effect, but in a format where blue and black is like trying to do the sneaking, that they put it on a red spell, it's kind of strange to me. I'm going to keep this. It's not an amazing hand, and we do need to draw more creatures. Especially because I suspect my opponent has a lot of removal spells. Okay, second Hobgoblin Captain's actually sweet. Opponent plays a mountain into an Armory Veteran. We play a mountain into a Hobgoblin Captain. Pass the turn. Opponent plays and equips a Boots of Speed. They're going to attack us for 4. Take 4. Go to 16. Untap. We draw Fate's Reversal. So play a Swamp. Dueling Rapier. Equip the Captain. Go to combat. Hit them for 5. They go to 15. Oh, they played Dueling Rapier and Boots of Speed. Okay. Play another Hobgoblin Captain. Pass the turn. So next turn we're swinging for half their life total. Opponent plays a mountain, 3 mana. They improvised weapon to kill Hobgoblin Captain and play a Ranger's Hawk. They attack us for 4. We go to 12. That Hawk is actually really annoying. Untap, draw mountain. So Fate's Reversal, pick up the Captain. I think we're going to go with Phandelver this time. So we get to Scry. Second Swamp to the bottom. Play a mountain. Play Hobgoblin Captain. Pass the turn. I don't think we'll be blocking Armory Veteran, because we definitely need to be attacking. Opponent plays a land. They suit up the Hawk. If I don't block that Veteran, I'm actually going to die. Oh, this is bad. Okay, so we take 2 and go to 10. They play a Loyal Warhound and pass. We untap. We draw Magic Missile, which I do think I have to cast this turn, because if I don't, we're probably going to die still. They only have 1 card left in hand, and that card basically has to be a threat, or they have to draw a threat for us to actually be in trouble. Pass the turn. I tapped 1 too many mana. They play Armory Veteran. They're going to hit us for 3. That's really bad for us. Next turn they can hit us for 5. We untap. We draw a mountain. Play a mountain, play Tiger Tribe Hunter, pass the turn, so they're going to hit us for 5 and take us to 2. If we can draw any creature with power 2 or more, we can kill that Veteran. So if we could draw the guy that, one of our Barbarians, we could hit the boots so they can't haste up a creature. We draw nothing. Oh, and you can only do that with Pack Tactics. Well, we could enable Pack Tactics. You can only sack another creature, so we can't sack Tiger Tribe Hunter to itself, unfortunately. So on to game 3. Maybe I just need like a little more low to the ground action going on, because while we have like amazing top end, this Ogre is going to be really hard to cast. I don't know if I can play their game. I'm going to be playing the Boots of Speed as well, I think. I think I'm cutting the other Ogre for it too. Those cards are amazing, but my opponent's like hand is so fast that they won't really matter. That can't be right. Yeah, alright, let's run it back like this. Just 1 Zombie Ogre. Alright, we would like to play first. Oh, our hand is too heavy. We have to mulligan. Alright, well, we have Shambling Ghast, Dueling Rapier. I can't put back Acerak. I think I have to put back Magic Missile, which sucks. I could put back Shambling Ghast, but then I have no threat. Oh, but do I put back Dueling Rapier? I think I need the removal, but Dueling Rapier actually pressures my opponent. This is so difficult. I could put back Burning Hands, but then there's no guarantee I can cast Magic Missile. I probably need to put back Burning Hands, completely honestly. So, Swamp, Shambling Ghast. Shambling Ghast at least threatens to kill one of their X1s, which they do play a few of. Opponent plays a Plains, then they pass. We untap, draw Goblin Morningstar, play a Mountain, go to combat, attack for 1. They go to 19. We play the Morningstar. We got the equip. There was never a more clutch time for that equip, either. Okay, opponent plays a Dwarf Hold Champion. Come on, Mountain. There it is. Play the Mountain. Magic Missile. Shoot our opponent, kill their guy. Go to combat. Attack for 3. They go to 14. They untap. They play a Mountain. They play Ingenious Smith, getting a Boots of Speed. Then they play a Dueling Rapier to put a counter on Ingenious Smith. We untap. We draw Swamp. Excellent. So, go to combat. Attack with both creatures. Opponent no blocks. So, throw down a Dueling Rapier. Put it on the Shambler. Hit them for 5. Take them to 9. Now we start playing Acerak. So, play Acerak. As a pretty good last card, I think. Question is, do we do Tomb? Because it'll be quick. Or do we do Phandelver? So scry, make a token, drain, draw. I think we gotta go Tomb of Annihilation. I got a feeling this game is gonna be over relatively quickly, and only because our opponent has 6 cards in hand still, and we have 1. 3 red mana. Opponent improvised weapon to kill the Goblin. That's interesting. I would have thought they would have killed the Shambler, or Shambling Ghast. So they Divine Smite, exiling our Shambler. Thankfully not killing Acerak, but... So play the Hobgoblin, suit it up with the Morningstar, and we can give it first strike by equipping the Rapier. Pass the turn. They turned it into a treasure! Look what they did to my boy! We get it for 7. Untap. We draw Hulking Bugbear, which does not kill our opponent. It can barely block and trade. God, this card is so good. This Minimus Containment. Equip the Bugbear, but if they have another artifact, we are probably donezo. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play an Armory Veteran. They move over the equipment. So we're still going to be dead in 1 turn unless I draw removal for that Armory Veteran, because we have to trade. Acerak, you slow lich! We untap. We draw a Swamp. Play Acerak. Oubliette forces us to discard and sack. Veils of Fear? Lose 2 life. What a way to lose. Man. Alright, well, we 2-1'd. I can't really complain. We got a double Mythic deck. The first couple rounds were kind of a gimme. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you did, please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel if you were so inclined, and remember you can follow me on Twitch. Same username over there as you find me on here. I stream Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, though the last few times have been earlier than that. And I just got to thinking, man, if we had kept that second 7-card hand and had that Burning Hands, like, if we could have mulliganed to that and kept 7, we actually would have had removal for that Armory Veteran, and we would have been fine. But that's the way it goes. So... You're all wonderful human beings. Thank you so much for watching. Adventures in the Forgotten Realms is a very fun, limited format. Bye! Hey, just wanted to give a shout out to my patrons for the month of July. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate your support. And if you want to have your guys' names show up in this list, there's a link to my Patreon in the description down below. Thank you all so much.